Hey guys, welcome back to the Wild Wrestling channel. I am your host, Seth. Today, I'm going to be giving you guys my 2025 Royal Rumble review, so let's hop right into it. First up, I want to talk about the Women's Royal Rumble match, because this year, it was I don't know how to explain it, a weird type Rumble. I think the beginning of it was good. We had many great returns in this Rumble. Charlotte Flair did end up winning like I had in my predictions, but in my opinion, the best part of this Rumble were the returns. We saw Alexa Bliss return, we saw Trish Stratus return, Charlotte Flair came back even though that was already pre-announced. We saw Nikki Bella come in at number 30. This was an incredible Royal Rumble entrance-wise. In a ring, I mean, the Rumble, this is probably the longest Rumble we've ever had due to Roxanne Perez setting the time. I think this is the longest Rumble we've ever had. I do think when we got down to the final three, like Nia, Roxanne, and Charlotte, in my opinion, it became a little predictable there. And I feel like from there, everyone knew Charlotte was going to win. Some people did hate on that big Nia Jax elimination when she took out like 6 people. To me, it could have, I agree with some people, where if they let people stay in and get eliminated, it will build suspense, and it would have maybe given them some WrestleMania storylines. But in my opinion, it almost kind of helped, because at that point, the Rumble match was getting really long, and there were still a lot of people in, so it was kind of a way to kind of clear the field pretty quickly. So I think there were pros and cons to that, but the Rumble was overall pretty good. There were some lows, but there were definitely just a lot more highs. One of the best Women's Rumbles that we've had. The only thing I see coming out of the Women's Rumble is maybe Jordynne Grace versus Bianca Belair, because we got a little pre-teaser. Or, finally, in WWE, it's not Jordynne Grace versus Trinity, it is Jordynne Grace versus Naomi here in WWE. Those are some of the only matches I could really tell coming out of Royal Rumble, because besides that, nothing else really, turned a gear where it was like, oh, I wish I could see that match. Those were the only ones that really stood out, in my opinion. Overall, great Royal Rumble match. I think this is definitely one of the best we have seen in a while. Well, not in a while, but best. In general, just one of the best we've seen. I definitely think it places up there. There was just a lot to go on here. There was the most eliminations in a Rumble by Nia Jax, longest time spent by Roxanne Perez. Charlotte Flair become the first person ever win two Women's Royal Rumbles. So this is definitely just going to be a very memorable Royal Rumble. Next up, we got DIY versus MCMG in the 2 out of 3 falls match for the WWE Tag Team titles. In my opinion, this match was still good. It could have been a little better, in my opinion. Wasn't what I expected going into it, but I think they planned that with the, almost you could say, returned and almost a repackage of Montez Ford and Angela Dawkins, the Street Profits, setting their marks out on DIY and the Tag Team Championships. This, with MCMG, could maybe lead into a triple threat, maybe at Elimination Chamber, or we try to build this into WrestleMania. WrestleMania, in my opinion, would be the perfect time for this to happen. That would just be a phenomenal match between so many amazing workers. That would be a crazy triple threat match. And I really hope we could see that at WrestleMania. I do admit, I think the falls kind of turned out the way I thought they were going to be, even if we didn't have the last fall, because the last fall technically was a little cheating for DIY. But the first fall and the second fall was kind of what I expected. DIY get a little nip, and then MCMG got a little payback, and then the Street Profits coming in sealed the deal for DIY. But now they want to be the ones who get to take them out after attacking them. And this will be very interesting for the SmackDown Tag Team division. Next up, we got Cody Rhodes versus Kevin Owens in a ladder match for the WWE Undisputed Championship. And already, I'm just going to say, this one was a wild one, between the brawl to kick things off, that crazy Fisherman's Buster, and that Alabama Slam through the ladder, which helped Cody Rhodes pick up the dub. This match was crazy. There were no surprise returns from people like Randy Orton, or Sami Zayn was there, but he didn't get involved in the match, which it's kind of confuses me on the road to WrestleMania of where we're going to go. But This could lead to Sammy and KO. If we still could see Randy return, it could lead to KO and Randy. This is very, very hard to see where we're going to go from here. All we know is that this was a fight. Cody Rhodes has finally ended this rivalry with KO. Like they were saying on the pre-show, one of the probably the toughest tests since he won the title at WrestleMania 40. Just what a brutal ladder match to end this rivalry between Cody Rhodes and Kevin Owens. I think this match, like I've been saying, it passed the brutal checkpoint. It could have probably done a little better with maybe like some surprises. Like I feel like just we needed like more just in that match from like Sami Zayn or Randy Orton. Like I know Randy Orton wasn't there, but like at least they could have given us like something involving Sami Zayn. Like he was there, but like I just don't like all he was is like he just like stood there. Like we really need to like see like definition in his like character there to really explain where this could lead into the road to WrestleMania. I just think it definitely, like I'm saying, it gets definitely past the brutal check mark, but on storyline with Sami Zayn wise, could have done a little better. And finally, the men's Royal Rumble match, and boy, this is the one I have been waiting to get to. I saw this online, and I just gotta say it, and the most unpredictable Rumble won by the most unexpected winner. I'll just get right to it and say Jey Uso winning the Royal Rumble, that was one big shocker. Having Jey win caused, I wouldn't say controversy, but definitely just the biggest shock probably in Royal Rumble history. There's definitely been really big shocks. This has got to be up there. Like everyone expected John Cena, Roman Reigns, or CM Punk to really win the Rumble. And with Jey Uso winning, everyone just literally lost their heads, especially when John Cena and Jey Uso were the final two. Everyone thought with that AA on the apron, Cena was about to get it done. But once Jey found his way to the ring and shoved Cena off the apron, that was the point that we said we gonna be yeeting at WrestleMania 41. I'll be honest and say, Joe Hendry was probably the one big surprise in this. I wouldn't say there were a lot. I mean, starting it off with Rey Mysterio and Penta definitely gives a match in the future, maybe at WrestleMania 41, if you know what I mean. But this was definitely more about the moments than the entrance. It was kind of different from the Women's Rumble, where I feel like that was carried by, I felt like the shock was more in the entrance, but then in the Men's Rumble, the shock was more in the match. Because especially when Roman and Seth are tangling and Punk eliminates them both, and then Logan Paul comes up and eliminates CM Punk, that was just like, everyone gets, again, it was just like, the other contenders are out, all we got left is Cena. iShow Speed being in the Rumble was definitely really fun, especially from his demeanor changing to where he was like backstage like, I'm not ready. And the second he walks out and World Cup plays, he's all, bark, bark. And he gets an elimination, gets speared his head off by Braun Breaker, and then gets eliminated in probably like a minute. But hey, iShow Speed stepped up. The man's tough, man. In the span of a year, he got RKO'd by Randy Orton and speared by Braun Breaker. I would not want to take those two moves. In that last exchange between Cena and Jey Uso, that probably had everyone's heart racing, because everyone just thought about Cena was about to win, especially that part, bro, when everyone's heart started, like, that, like, when he hung onto the rope and his leg left the apron, everyone was like, oh! And then when Jey finally just pushed him off, people literally were just, even John, like, you could, like, John's expression was what everyone felt. Everyone was just like, everyone froze in their seats, just realizing the most unexpected man to win the Rumble. I wouldn't say the most unexpected, but just he was not in the winner's contention at all, especially because he just lost to Gunther, like, last week at Saturday Night's Main Event. But in my opinion, I feel like they're doing this like Cody and Roman from WrestleMania 39. What I mean by that is saying how at WrestleMania 39, Cody and Roman had their match and Cody lost. Then a year later at WrestleMania 40, Cody Rhodes finally finished the story. This is almost like at Saturday Night's Main Event, Jey Uso loses to Gunther. And at WrestleMania 41, he finally gets the job done and beats Gunther and proves that he's not just a tag guy. He is a main event Jey Uso. Yeet. So yeah, one crazy Royal Rumble, one for the H's. A lot happened. I don't even know where to go from here. We're just gonna have to see where this goes here on the road to WrestleMania. I do think it's possible now that we are gonna start to develop matches, like one in my opinion that kind of developed from that little scramble in the men's Rumble was CM Punk's Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns, maybe in a triple threat. You never know. We'll just have to see what happens at WrestleMania. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Make sure you like and subscribe and turn on the bell when you get notified. I'm trying to grow this channel. I hope you are enjoying my videos, and I'm going to keep posting them as we go along, and hope you guys have a great day. Bye, guys.